Yo, how's it going, guys? Hope you're good. We're back here with a brand new AOR video. This time the Canadian Grand Prix round 7 around Montreal. And yeah, apologies for the late upload. Been a bit busy lately, but I have managed to edit Canada and Austria, so yeah, it should be out soon. And hopefully from there on I can keep a consistent upload rate. But yeah, either way, about this race, we're in qualifying now on the super soft tyres, and yeah, at the time I thought if I could qualify on these tyres, put in a good lap on them, I might even start on them, because the ultra soft tyres at the start, they die off after about 4 or 5 laps, so these super softs would have come alive straight away and been way quicker, so it would have been beneficial to do a super soft rather than a 2-stop. But yeah, bear in mind traffic. But that's TSR Cupid now leaving the session, and at the time I didn't actually see it at all. Like, I was too focused on trying to stay ahead of Limitless, and I did not see that Cupid left the session. And he was also in my party chat actually. It was me, Cupid, and my brother. And as you can see now, I see that Cupid's left the party, and this is when it's like clicked. But it was too late for me to see. If I pause it now, then I won't be able to like re-invite him or anything, because the AI would start driving around. And yeah, that was a real shame. But my plan was to just put in this lap, then the next lap, and try and invite him back, and hope he can join back. But as you can see, we're making a few mistakes here and there. And now Strees also set the fastest lap. Then our brother Alonso sets the fastest lap. Cupid managed to actually join back. So before we even get to finish our 2 sectors, he's joined back. So fair play to him. It's good that he's joined back, but now we have to concentrate to put in a good lap. That 12.6 wasn't really a good lap at all, so we have to try and improve. And already we're about half a tenth up, nearly a tenth up, and we just have to put in a good lap. Last time out we made a mistake here. Do we gain time? Indeed we do. Gain about 3 tenths, 4 tenths coming to the end of sector 2 line, and we're about 4 tenths up. Coming to the chicane. If we can keep this up, we might set 12.2, 12.3. Open the DRS, poor exit, and it's led us to lose time, and we set a 12.3 on these tyres, which is pretty bad, not gonna lie. In all honesty, that is pretty bad. It's below standard, and there's no way we should be happy with that lap at all. And we went out this time on ultra soft tyres, scrapping the one stop idea because there's no point. And now we start our lap, and we're already about a few tenths up, well, a tenth up. But yeah, I was hoping to get in a good lap on these tyres and then go out on a new set and do another lap. But I think we back out. Yeah, we do. We were only 3 tenths up on that time. No, up on our super soft times. We thought, okay, there's no point really wasting tyres of fuel. We just save the tyres and go for another lap straight away. Because we thought 3 tenths, only 3 tenths up after 2 sectors is not really that good, so no point really gunning it in the last sector to improve. But here we are now. We start another lap on the ultra soft tyres, the same tyres. We're coming to turn 2 now, shift up to 3rd gear, 4th gear, bit of oversteer on the exit, but nothing too bad. Into this tricky chicane. It's hard to really find your turning point. We pretty much nailed that. It was pretty good. And coming to the end of sector 1 now, about 2.5 tenths up on our time, about 200s up on Strees' time. So lap looking good so far. We're already about 3.5 tenths up, so we gained another tenth at that chicane alone. Into this corner now, another chicane. I'm not sure if there was a cut there or not, but it was good. I think I took that well, and we're about 6 tenths up. Come to the airpin. We know we can gain time here, because this corner is all about traction and braking, and with these ultra soft tyres it's way too superior. And as you can see, we're gaining another 1.5 tenths just at that hairpin. So you can see how much beneficial these tyres are when they're brand new. And coming to the chicane now, if we nail this, we might get pole. We actually might get pole, provisional pole on the exit. Pretty good exit, DRS open, 8.5 tenths up, nearly 9 tenths up. What do we get? Are we only a hundredth off Strees in 2nd place, ahead of Cupid at the moment. And I was pretty happy with that lap. I thought that was a good banker, and I thought I'll pit and then go out. But as you can see, we're getting told that there's rain in the next few minutes, and Cupid's just set the provisional lap time. He's set provisional pole with 11.3, which is about a tenth and a half quicker than our time. And right here I was just gunning it to go back into the pits and get on new fresh tyres, because I had no clue that it was going to rain. And I waited a bit at the start of the session thinking I'll just wait to the end and manage it, but as you can see there's 3.5 minutes left and we're on the brand new tyres, brand new Ultra Softs, so we're hoping we can get to the line before the rain starts. And coming here now, and as you can see, that's the transition right there. It has started to rain, and coming to start a lap, we're already slipping and sliding. It looks like it's game over. Qualifying's over for us, and we come here to start. We're coming to turn 1 now. We're already lost time before we get to the braking zone. We're about 4 tenths down, 5 tenths down, 6 tenths down, slipping and sliding, and it's game over. As you can see, everyone started to retire because there's literally no point. And I was pretty gutted, to be honest, because I thought I had way more potential than that. I was setting 11.0s, 11.1s in practice comfortably, not even like making mistakes, but it's annoying. But either way, that's us starting third, Cupid first, Alonso fifth. I think that was Martin down in 9th. So in terms of the championship, it was looking okay. If we can get a good start, clean start, it could work out potentially well for us. We could get podium. With the win will depend on the start, to be honest. If Cupid bolts away, or if we get a poor start and there's a car between us, it's going to be hard to beat him. But I'll get the standings up as you guys asked for it before, and we're about, I think, 35 points ahead of Martin at the moment, and about 41 points ahead of Cupid. So in terms of the championship, it's looking good. It's not comfortable, nowhere near comfortable. I don't take anything for granted at all, but I will say that I am quite surprised, to be honest, because at the start of the season I knew Cupid and Martin had amazing pace, like they were pretty rapid, and at this point I thought I'd be behind in the championship. I thought I'd be the one trying to do the catch up, because like tracks like this are my favourite type ones. Like Spain onwards are the tracks I really look forward to. So yeah, it's nice that I'm ahead by that much at the moment, but nothing for sure, nothing guaranteed at the moment. And as we know, Cupid and Martin are pretty quick, so yeah, nothing's for granted at the moment. But we do line up on the grid to get ready for this Canadian Grand Prix, and fingers crossed we do get a clean start and try to at least maintain our position for now and then attack later. But here we are now, the lights are coming on, we're revving up the gears, well, revving up first gear. Lights out and away we go, and Cupid's got a bit of a lag start there. We try to go down the inside here, squeezes off all to the left. We realise there's no more room left. We back out and into turn 1. We're about 5th at the moment. Alonso down the inside of us, trying to gain a position on us and Cupid. We managed to keep it round the outside, and I think he backs off here to let us pass. So we're back up to 4th. We've lost the position at the start. Cupid's lost 2 positions. I've lost 1 position, and now instead of a 1-3, it's a 3 and 4. With Strees now in the lead. Brilliant job by him to take the lead early on, and Falcon also a great start by him. I think he went from 4th to 2nd, so that's a cracking start for him. And yeah, we now it's game on. We have to push. We have to push and work as a team to get back at the front. And right now Cupid's giving Falcon a really hard time. We check for the weather report to see if there's going to be any rain. Jeff says there's no rain for now, or no scheduled rain, or whatever you want to call it. So at the moment, think it's going to be dry. Maybe it'll rain later on. We'll ask again, just in case. And it said it should remain dry. So if it's a dry race, it looks like it is going to be a 2-stop for us. An ultra soft ultra soft. Just depending on what laps. So the pit window was about lap 7, lap 8, and then lap 24, something like that. So that's the laps we'll be aiming for. And we'll come into turn 1 now on lap 2. Shree's still ahead, Falcon in 2nd, Cupid 3rd, us in 4th, and Alonso still right behind us. So pretty tight top 5 at the moment, even the top 10 I'd say. As you can see on the map, they're pretty close. So at the moment we just have to stay calm, be patient, and just only go for moves when there's not too much of hassle, not force moves, just make them easy. And as you can see, Cupid's doing that. Indeed, he's backing off when he sees that there's no point going down the inside here. He just backs off and lets Falcon have the racing line into there. And this will actually help us, well, not let Shrees pull away. We have to stay on his tail, because Shrees is really fast, and if you give him a chance, he will pull away. And at the moment now Cupid's got a run on Falcon, I believe. He's in his slipstream. Can he make a move into the chicane? Will he make a move into the chicane? He again backs off. We back off too. We just lower the rich or the fuel mix just to save a bit of fuel. And at the moment still in standard. We put it up to rich now just in case there's any hope of getting past Cupid. But at the moment there's no point really going for moves, and we set the fastest lap there. So it looks like we have a bit more pace than Shrees, but we do have slipstream, bear in mind that, so we have to keep that in mind. But as you can see now, Shrees is actually pulled away, and it looks like Falcon's struggling with his tyres or something, because you can see his car all over the place at the moment, and I believe his tyres are far more worse than mine and Cupid's. That might explain why he's struggling a bit. But now we have the DRS. Cupid has a DRS too. Will he go for the move now into the chicane at end of lap 3? He does. He goes down the inside. We back off to get a slingshot exit from here. Do we get it? We open the DRS. Get out his slipstream on the inside. He's got slipstream from Cupid. We've got DRS in rich mix down the inside here. And that's us up to 3rd place now. Mercedes 2nd and 3rd at the moment with Shrees down the road. Hopefully we can catch up to him as well and get another one too. And at the moment, lap 4 now, and we're coming to the hairpin. The gap's not really that far. We have 5/10 to Cupid, but I believe there's about 1, maybe 2 second gap to Shrees ahead. So hopefully we can catch him down and get past straight away. We're still on lap 4 though, about 3-4 laps till the pit stops. And at the moment we've got DRS. We go down the inside here, hoping to have the racing line to the chicane. We don't really pull over to the left just in case Cupid misses a braking point. We didn't want him to lose a piece of his front wing by us going on the racing line late. And now we also set a fastest lap, this time at 13.8, which is decent, but definitely came from the artificial of the DRS and slipstream. So I'm not going to say that is my pace, because it really isn't, especially on these degraded tyres. But we're coming to the hairpin now and drop down to 1st gear, shift up to 2nd and 3rd. Gap was about, I'm not too sure actually, I didn't quite check. I think it's 2.5 seconds maybe 3. But it looks like Shrees is doing a fantastic job up ahead. And this time Cupid has DRS on us. Will he go for a move? Indeed it does. And honestly, I was quite surprised with that, because I thought we could work together and try to catch up to Shrees. But him making that move there has ended up costing us a bit of time. Come across the line now. The gap's actually 2.5 seconds to Shrees, it says up on the left there. So okay, fair enough. Like if this is what Cupid wants, then fair enough. I'm not gonna try too hard, because there's no point really batting at the moment. If he wants to be ahead, he can be ahead for now. But into the chicane we go, and Falcon actually hits the back of us and spins. He did a half spin, which has compromised everyone behind him into that chicane. And as you can see from the map there, the gap's pretty massive now, about 3 seconds. And that cost Alonso and surprised me the most, and I think Danny as well. Danny M7, he actually ended up getting a bit of contact and had to slow down as well there. So unfortunate for him, but we're on the back straight now. Get the DRS in slipstream. We switch down to lean. No point really go for moves at the moment, because like I said, we're going to compromise each other if we do that. So I'll just stick behind, put in lean here again, and just let Cooper do the work. If he has the pace to catch up to Shrees, then I'm happy with that. I can just stick behind and wait for him to do that. But it seems at the moment we're not really catching at all. And yeah, honestly, I would have actually preferred to be ahead right now, mainly because I felt like I was faster. But I didn't know at the time, but later after the race I found out they had front wing damage, so that explains why he wasn't really that fast ahead of me. Not too sure what kind of wing damage it was, like what colour it was, but he did have a bit of wing damage and it was costing us majorly. So he pulls into the pits to put on a new wing and new tyres and try and get some sort of undercut, make up the time he lost in the pits. And into the hairpin we go. We actually closed about 2-3 tenths on Shrees there from sector 1 to sector 2, from the finish line to sector 2. So in 2 sectors we've closed about 3 tenths. Pace looking good at the moment. In clean air we're doing a much better job. And does Shrees pull into the pits now? That's the question. He pulls into the pits now and I stay out, and the main reason I stayed out was because on the map I saw that there was traffic into the hairpin. So when I was on the back straight I could see traffic into the hairpin. So I thought if I stay out another lap, I'll just like stay out of that traffic, come out ahead of the traffic, well, majority of the traffic, and be on fresher tyres and not lose time like Shrees potentially will in that traffic. So yeah, And at the time, like I said, I didn't know Cupid had wing damage either, so when he pit, I thought it was like a normal pit stop. So when he came out the pits, I thought he'd be in the place I would be in when I pit. And coming to exit the hairpin now, we have quite a big gap, and that's the Limitless in second on soft tyres there, so he'll be doing a one stop, I think. And there you can see the traffic then. Cupid's only just come out that chicane there, so pretty obvious that he's lost a lot of time in that pit stop. Into the pits we go. We try to slow down, we managed to do that, we don't speed at all once again. And now we check the race director to see what's going on. That Strees in 5th with no warnings, fair enough. Martin, I think he was in 9th place. Cupid's there in 12th. I think Martin was 10th actually, and then Alonso 11th, then Cupid 12th. So yeah, weird stuff going on right now, and at the time I had no clue. But like I said, Cupid had wing damage, that's why he dropped to 10th. But at the time I thought it was just traffic he got into. So I come out of the pits now. Where did we come out? We're next to Frankish, I believe, on the right hand side. We're aware of that despite him being in our blind spot, because there was no arrows there, nor is he in my mirror. So it was good that I was aware of that, otherwise that could have ended really badly. But fair play to Frankish for actually backing off and not giving me a hard time. But here we go now, out of the chicane, right behind 6 kills. We're batting for 5th place at the moment, and I believe he was going for the one-stop strategy, so this is for net 5th. We need to make sure we get past this Toro Rosso 6 kills immediately to make the charge on Strees before he pulls away. But now we get a fantastic exit. We look for the inside line into the hairpin. We know we have better tyres, we'll brake later, and I believe 6 kills actually brakes a bit earlier to get a decent exit out of the hairpin there. But yeah, now we're up to 5th, lucky dog ahead. And as we saw from the hairpin there, I think Williams was in 2nd between, well, in a Renault sandwich, so it looks like Limits is in the lead, Jason 3rd, and cutting on to lap 12 now. And you can see Strees has actually took the lead. He's already got a 3-4 second gap to us, and we still have 3 cars to go through, so this could be pretty crucial. If we want to win, we have to get past these guys immediately. But Lucky Dog lugs into Jason there, and Jason blows up and he just retires. He has terminal damage, and that actually scared me so much. I had no, it just came as a complete surprise, complete shock. At the moment I'm really scared, just in case that might happen to me, so I pull onto the right just in case he lags back, and just hoping he doesn't lag mid corner here. And on the exit once again, he's on the right, we pull to the left just in case he lags back again, and we switch back to the right. And this time, will we go for a move? Yes, we go for a move down the inside. If he wasn't lagging at all, I would have never gone for that move, but I wanted to make the move before the corner or into the corner, so on the back straight here I wouldn't be in a slipstream. Otherwise, if he did lag back, I'll be getting blown up as well. But going back to Jason, that's a real shame for him. He's had a few unlucky races in a row, Spain, Monaco, and now this as well, so that's pretty unfortunate. And I hope he does recover, because he had good form in the first 3-4 races, and last season as well, his consistency was amazing. So hopefully he can get back on his form and do a good job in the future. But now we're right behind the other Renault of TR Limitless, the most popular guy in AOR, and now we go down the inside of him. He doesn't make it too hard for us, thankfully. And in the braking zone, I actually thought I braked early, so I got off the brakes immediately and just let the car roll into the chicane, just so he doesn't hit the back of us and lose his wing. And on the straight, I give that time back by getting off the throttle. But into turn 1 we go now. We are up to 2nd place, and the only car ahead of us now is the Williams of Strees, with the gap about 5 seconds at the moment. So we're hoping we can close that gap down and cut into lap 22 now. What did we gain in the last 6 laps? We only gained a second on him, so the gap went from 5 seconds to about 4 seconds in 6 laps. So we're closing about a second every 6 laps, and with that rate of catching up, we might have a chance towards the end of the race. But still about 13-14 laps to go. Does Strees pit? No, he doesn't. We stay out as well. But I believe this is the lap that TSR Cupid pits our teammate. Does he go into the pits? Yes, he does. He goes onto the pits. Be interesting to see what tyres he goes on, because the ultra softs are really hard to go, I think, towards the end from here on. Hence I stayed out. But at the moment I'm happy with my tyres, to be honest. They were feeling good and they're really consistent. The hardest tyres are always more consistent. But into the hairpin, we make a slight mistake. The gap's now 3.6, so we closed about half a second on that last lap alone. It looks like Strees is struggling on his tyres, or he's just made a few mistakes or something. But we can see on the map there, our teammate is there in traffic once again, or just clear traffic. Do we go into the pits now? Yes, we do. We confirm it. We go into ultra soft tyres. We don't speed into the pits, and now we need a good pit stop. Checking race director, and we see Cupid also on the ultra soft tyres. So we checked Shree's warnings, and he's only got 2 warnings, so he has no time penalties, unlike last season, which is pretty crucial for him, because if we did get within 3 seconds, he will still maintain that win. Whereas if he got a time penalty, that 3-second time penalty would help us win. But either way, coming out the pits now, that's limitless on the right hand side. Do we stay ahead of him? It's crucial that we do, and indeed we do. We stay ahead on brand new tyres now. We have to make this undercut work. We have to close at least 2 seconds off that 3.5-second gap, just so we have a chance towards the end of the race. Because if this undercut doesn't work, then that's pretty much the win gone. And yeah, so we tried to nail this outlap, and at the moment you can see already 2% on the ultra soft tyres, because these tyres do actually degrade. And yeah, so we have to like make sure we don't destroy the tyres too early on. Still 12 laps to do on these tyres. But looking ahead now, we can see at the hairpin, that is the McLaren of Alonso and the Red Bull of Tyrrell Martin. So yeah, they're not too far ahead or too far behind us, I'd say. I think they're within a shout of top 5, top 6, and that's pretty crucial because Tyrrell Martin is also a title contender, so we have to gain a lot of points on him. And I believe that's Alonso that's actually pulled into the pits now to put a brand new set of ultra soft tyres. It's probably going to be, and coming now, and that's Shree's on the left now, coming out the pits. Martin's still ahead in first. TSR Cupid sets the fastest lap, so he's already got used to those tyres. And crucially, VBR Shrees is on super soft tyres, and that for me was pretty surprising at the time. I literally did not expect that at all. I thought he stayed out another lap to go on ultra soft tyres and bolt it at the end, because look at it now, the gap's 2 seconds, 2.1 seconds, so we gained about 1.5 seconds through the undercut, and now he's on super soft tyres, which is going to be pretty crucial, because on the ultra soft tyres are pretty quick for the first like 7-8 laps, and we can catch on to him. And that's also Tyrrell Martin now, who's pit, so he'll be putting on a brand new set of ultra softs and going to the end. It'll be pretty quick at the end there. So yeah, coming now, start of lap 26, 10 laps to go, and the gap's 1.4 seconds, so the gap's dropped massively. We've closed about a 5-6 second gap we had before. We've closed that down, and now we're on the better tyre for now, but we know that these tyres will degrade towards the end, and his tyres will be pretty fast, and the gap's 1.2 seconds now. Another 2 tenths we've chipped off, and tyres looking okay, for sure. Like in the window of I was calculating during the race, and I knew like they'd go to the end if I carried on driving like this. And exit of the chicane now, pretty clean through there. Coming across the finish line now, did we gain any time? We gained 5 tenths in that last sector alone. 5 tenths, and it's not like we cut corners anyway. It's just a hairpin on the clean chicane we did, and 5 tenths we're getting through there. These tyres must be really good, or our car is just set up nicely in sector 3, but we get a track limit there for cutting the inside of that chicane, and that's our first warning of the race. And into the chicane now, about 5 tenths behind. We closed another 2 tenths on Shrees. This car is feeling really good, and the tyres are feeling really good. Cutting towards the end of lap 28 in sector 3, another 3 tenths closed down, and we're closing down rapidly. Now we have DRS, now we have Sipshim right behind Shrees, and at this moment I thought, do I go past and try and like pull a gap? And indeed we do that. We go for that. We go down the inside, go past him, and I thought, okay, if I can gain half a second just in sector 3 and then 2 tenths and 3 tenths in sector 1 and 2, I could surely try and like open the gap before my tyres go off, because his super soft tyres will be much faster towards the end of the race. Last 4-5 laps his tyres will be feeling much better than mine, and I just had to pull away. And already I've got a decent gap into turn, I think that's turn 3, turn 4, and you can see in the mirror now we've actually pulled away about 4, maybe 5 tenths, and the coming turn of sector 1 lap, and as you can see there, 5 tenths we opened just in sector 1 alone. And we have to carry this on, and we pushed into the limit. As you can see, we just want to pull away, and if I give him any chance in the DRS zone, he will go past, because like the Sipshim is powerful, but I believe his car's pretty good in the last sector as well. So with the straight line speed he has, he could go past us easily, and into the hairpin the gap's actually dropped to 3/10, so he closed 2/10 on us in that sector 2, and I was actually quite surprised. I was wondering if he cut any corners whilst he did that, because I felt like I did a good sector 2 and still I lost time. And now we're on the back straight. Strees has got DRS down the inside, he's gone past. We don't even give him a fight for it because there's no point, he was going to have that anyway. And now he's got DRS. We put it in lean because there's literally no point trying to overtake it, destroying our tyres for no reason. He covers the inside anyway, and at the moment we stay second, and it looks like Streets' tyres are now much better than ours. Like, again, like I'm not gonna say guaranteed he did cut like corners in sector 2, but if he didn't, and at the time I didn't think he did either, so if he didn't, he'd closed 2/10 on me just in sector 2 alone. So it looks like his tyres are now the ones to be on. And now, end of lap 31, DRS, Rich, Slipstream. We go down the inside once again, and us two batting here. We're not really like leapfrogging each other. I'm just literally driving like whatever I can. And at this moment, I was thinking Cupid in third. Like, all I can do is just put in lean in sector 1 here, and hope to bring Cupid into this battle as well. But it looks like he's too far away at this current time. But either way, we're coming out to turn 2 now, it's still in lean, and this will help us save fuel as well. And into the chicane we cut again, and that's another one, that's our second warning, another one, that's a 3-second penalty. Strays goes down the inside at the end of sector 1 here, and he's retaken the lead. So even though I tried to put in lean and back him up in sector 1, it doesn't work, and you can see he's already got a gap to us. And his tyres are much better at this moment. Like, there's nothing I can do apart from just pushing to the limit. I even turned Jeff off because I need full concentration. I need 100% concentration to catch him back up on the worst tyres as well. And to be honest, I think the Ciption was helping a bit as well. And we're keeping lean through there, saving fuel, and hope to use it here. We put in Rich, and did we get close enough? No, not really. Like, we gain, but into turn 1, there's no point going for that. It's too much risk, and still like another few laps to go, so we don't want to destroy a race this early on and just leave it to the last few laps, to be honest. And at this moment, I've actually saved fuel, just like I did in China. I had to save fuel to use throughout the whole last lap to like bolt off basically, and not end up like in Bahrain where we got mugged on the last lap. And now on the back straight of lap 34, we have DRS Slipstream, and we go down the inside here, and looking at our fuel management now, we do have enough to go full rich for the last lap. But can we get a decent exit now? No, we don't. We clip the exit curb on the right there. That will give Strees a really good run on us. And coming to turn 1, does he go for a move? Yes, he does. And can we cut back? No, we can't. We slide on the exit there. We slide in sync. We both slide the same time. And now he's up to first. And I was honestly quite surprised of that. The pressure was on now to try and gain that. And we turned in a bit early. To not cut it, we actually put a bit of throttle to slide instead of cutting it, because we don't want that time penalty. End of sector 1, there's a 4/10 gap, nearly 5/10. It looks like Cooper's dropped off massively. So at this moment, it is just me and him. It is just me and Strees. The battle for the lead, for the win, it is between me and Strees. And into the chicane we go. We're trying to gain time through here, but as you can see, the tyres have gone off. His tyres are much better at this time. And our only chance left now is that back straight with Slipstream. Under braking, can we get close enough? Yes, we do. Get so close. On the exit, can we maintain that gap? He opens a bit, but we're still in rich. We've still got enough fuel. We open the DRS. We've got Slipstream. We pull to the outside, then we pull back to the inside. Now we have the inside line into the chicane. That's pretty crucial. And do we stay ahead? Yes, we do. We stay ahead. We open the DRS on the exit there. Strees is in our Slipstream, but surely it's not enough to go past us. And we come across the line, winning the Canadian Grand Prix once again. And I'm honestly thrilled with that. That was pretty exciting and amazing. And we have Cupid now crossing the line in 3rd place, Alonso in 4th, Martin 5th. But yeah, that was an amazing race. And first of all, to catch down that 5-second gap I had, that was amazing, because I thought it was over. From lap 16, when I had that 5-second gap, I thought it was over. But as you can see, Strees actually had 2 time penalties, which would have dropped him anyway. But at the time, I had no clue at all. Cupid had no time penalties. And looking at it now, that's us in first place, 6-second gap because of the time penalty for Streets. Cupid with 10 seconds behind us, so he dropped off massively towards the end. Alonso doing a great job in 4th, Martin did a great job on a pad in 5th place. Falcon 6th, he recovered nicely. Surprised him 7th, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Intense finish at the end. Hope you guys enjoyed it because I really did. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thank you for the support lately, and I'll hope to get Austria out pretty soon. Cheers.